Oh dear, final score at the MKM Stadium, and it's Blackburn Rovers making it 4 defeats in a row. Sackable form. If you're anybody else, and if you're anywhere else, that is sackable form. But JDT works for the Venkies. They don't know how to sack. And should he be sacked? That's, of course, the question I'm going to leave with you today. 3-2 final score at the MKM Stadium. It could have been, and probably should have been, much, much worse for Rovers, as we were 2-0 down within the first 10, 15 minutes. In what was the game of the day, surely the game of the day in the Championship, as we had 5 goals in it. Even had a red card to boot. First 20 minutes, 2-0 down. Liam Delap with a goal, piece of piss. Then Aaron Connolly, easy peasy, just paper thin defence. Fart and the fucking defenders fall over. They were that bad. But fortunately, we did. A silver lining. Rovers did get themselves right back in it. Of course, 15 or so minutes later, Sammy Smodic gets his 27,000th goal of the season to make it 2-1, and Harry Pickering with a banger to make it 2-2. But that's when the goodness ended for Rovers, as second half came and it was a shambles. 21 shots compared to Rovers 10. Final take on the matter. We did have more possession than they did, but that doesn't matter because I think they had 4 shots, 2 of them on target, and 2 were in the back of the net. So we had all the ideas, all the possession, but we had no end product, and that's the telling tale here. And we just did the watch along, so this is sackable form. I'm saying it, 4 defeats in a row. I think where are we? I'll talk more about the game in a minute, but that right now, as we stand, we have 15th in the table. Of course, fortunately, we're still 10 points adrift of that to relegation zone, but at this rate, it could only be a matter of time. I think if the teams, but like we're seeing Sheffield Wednesday, QPR getting points today, Rovers now 4 games without a win, 5 defeats in the last 6. It is pretty grim form. And if you were a Watford manager, if you were a Coventry City guy, or a Cardiff, or a Millwall even, or Stoke, they've all pulled the trigger and after really bad runs of form. But JDT, don't get me wrong, I love the guy. I think he's a great manager, and for us, I think he fits the mold great. And of course, I'll elaborate on that a little bit in a minute here. But if you were anybody else and at any other club with that form, you would get fired. I'm telling you that now. You would get fired. So if he was to get fired, I would not be surprised. It would be it. And if he was to get fired, get your fucking checkbook out, get Stevie Cooper in, and bring him on in. That's what I would say. That would be my closing comment. I'm not saying he is going to get fired. He will get fired. Should he get fired? No. That's no. But the scenario, if the form says it's been shit, 4 defeats in a row, 5 in the last 6, very sackable form. And if he was to get sacked, Stevie Cooper, come on in. But it won't happen because we can't afford him. Stevie Cooper won't touch us with the barge pole. His stock is still quite high. And JDT's stock is still quite high. And I think we are fortunate to have the guy of his caliber, of his personality and persona, which of course is good. What I did say at the end of the stream is not sack him, but back him. Back the fucking guy. Get him some players that he needs, not players for the future. And I know we're on the cusp of signing a guy from Crewe, O'Riordan, young centre back. And don't get me wrong, I'm happy for it. I'm happy we are looking ahead. We're looking to 2024 already because James Hill will be pushed on. Hayden Carter might also be sold. And then, of course, we can get this guy in now to, of course, prepare for next season. I get it. But what are we struggling with? Take Sammy Smodic out of this team and we are lacking goals desperately. And we're throwing on the bargain bucket players at the moment that can't score between them. Niall Ennis and Telalovic, supposedly strikers, and at the minute they're not firing. They cannot score. They don't look like they're going to score. They look very much below par. They look very much below the standard of the Championship right now. So if we are pinning our hopes on those two guys to score the goals, we are desperate. We're in desperate need of a striker. Let's turn the clock back to a few years ago when we had Adam Armstrong, when we had Big Bad Burton Diaz. We spent a bit of money on a striker. We are now looking and pinning our hopes on penny signings, things from, little scrape the bottom of the barrel signings. No disrespect. Maybe, just maybe, Telalovic and Nines will eventually come good. But right now we need strikers. Let's just look at the rags or the bags of riches that Hull City have. They have Connolly, they have Delap, they have Estubuan on the bench, they have other strikers knocking the door. They've got so many quality strikers that we were desperate to have just one of them. Look at Watford, look at all the other clubs. They have strikers of an age, of an experience level that can score goals. I'm not asking for much. I'm asking for a 10, 12 goal kind of striker here. With Sammy Smodic chipping in with the rest, we have someone else in it. We've lost, over the years, we have lost Adam Armstrong, not really replaced him. We've lost Big Bad Burton Diaz, we've not replaced him. We've got, of course, lost Bradley Dack now. Of course, Sammy Smodic may have replaced him with a player, but we still have not replaced those two quality strikers that we have had over the years, and we're pinning our hopes on some guys that are desperate, screaming out for confidence. And then, of course, we look at the youngsters coming through. Harry Leonard, I think there's a striker in there, but of course not getting the time in. Of course, he's still not, he's not going to get us 10, 15 goals this season. So it's desperate. It's desperate times for Rovers. Let's turn ourselves back to the game. Of course, the third goal from Hull City, the fifth goal of the day. Came in Alfie Jones, 63rd minute, game over. Well, actually, at that point, there was still a hope that we could get something out of it. But Dom Heim, with his second yellow card of the day, makes a red card. Means he's out for Rotherham. Means that the Rovers had to close this game out with 10 men. And there was no hope in hell that we were going to get anything out of this game. So Hull City, again, two times this season, they've done the double over us. And fair play to them. And of course, they're in the mix. They're in the conversation for those playoffs. Rovers are in the conversation right now to finish in mid-table obscurity. And I fear if we do not get the investment, we will lose. We will lose JDT anyway. He will flatter his resume. He will fluff up his CV to make himself look good enough to get a job at maybe a team that fails. Maybe, for example, a Norwich City or something like that, who are a more high caliber club at the moment. And of course that are failing. A Birmingham City, not so much, but maybe like a Norwich City or a team that's just not competing, or another team that should be doing better than they are. So he will fluff it up and make it look like it's not on him. And I don't even know if it is on him at the moment. I just fear that we have such a threadbare squad. We've got no Hedges, we've got no Dolan, we've got no Gallagher. And those last two contracts are expiring. If they either fucking need to sign up or be done with, let's not just carry these guys, these sick notes, into 2024. Let's either make a decision right here, right now. Are they for Rovers or are they not? If they're not, then fuck them off, get them sold, put the money to good use, and get somebody else in that's for the badge. Let's do some get this all sorted out now before we end up with a real bad season, losing JDT, losing Adam Wharton, losing Hayden Carter, and of course building up from scraps. So let's sort this shit out. Rovers have been dire 4 games in a row. Need something. We need a tonic, and of course that tonic hopefully will be Rotherham on New Year's Day. Let's kick it off. Let's put 22 and 23 behind us and look forward to 2024, because this past month and a bit has been dog shit.